What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. As a musician myself, today is the debut of a game called The Ghost of Tsushima. We have two songs for you. It is The Way of the Ghost and Jin Sakai from the channel's original soundtrack and Sony Soundtracks Vivo, requested by DX Shadow and Evangeline. Thank you. Well, before I get started, I have definitely heard of this game. It came out, I was going to say recent, but it's already been, according to this, is from 2020, which feels not that long ago, but it was kind of a long time ago. Time is not real. And yeah, I've heard a lot of praise and a lot of good things, and so here we are. I didn't look up anything. I don't want to look up anything. I just know that it's a highly praised game. And I did want to read this one thing here before I get started. In the description for The Way of the Ghost, it has a tiny little synopsis of the Ghost of Tsushima, which I haven't read, but I'll read right now. In the late 13th century, the Mongol Empire has laid waste to entire nations along their campaign to conquer the East. Tsushima Island is all that stands between mainland Japan and a massive Mongol invasion fleet led by the ruthless and cunning general Khotan Khan. As the island burns in the wake of the first wave of the Mongol assault, samurai warrior Jin Sakai stands as one of the last surviving members of his clan. He is resolved to do whatever it takes, at any cost, to protect his people and reclaim his home. He must set aside the traditions that have shaped him as a warrior to forge a new path, the path of the ghost, and wage an unconventional war for the freedom of Tsushima. Whoo! You know, right before I get started, this is a game I've always had my eye on. I've seen little footage of here and there, and I know that if I ever started it, I feel like I would fall in love with it. But maybe someday, who knows? Anyways, let's get to it. That's a great synopsis. Damn. Okay, so I guess that's Jin Sakai. I know nothing of this game. This is The Way of the Ghost. I don't know what this song is about. Let's do it. The Way of the Ghost from Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, he's carrying the mask. I just saw that.
我が身祖国を救うため我ここにあり 「 真実となるはいつの日ぞ。
I don't know how to talk during that, if I'm being honest. Okay. We still have another song to go, but... Well, I'm glad I read the description in the video description there. Because it kind of set the mood before I even clicked play. You know, I was always wondering what this game is about. I figured, you know, just by seeing it, I've seen it in... I remember when it was announced, too. Well, I don't know, I was either a Game Award or something, but I remember it was announced and it was like a big deal even then. Because I saw the visuals and everything just looked like really, really cool, the aesthetics of nature and you know, this whole... Basically, I just saw like a samurai game that looked really, really beautiful. But hearing the story is... Or the synopsis of the story sounds, you know, pretty heartfelt, and... The music right there, I'm going to assume that is the main theme. It sounds like the main theme, or credits. I kind of don't want to know either in case I play it, but it's kind of giving me one of those. The thing here, obviously, I don't speak Japanese. Pretty sure that was Japanese. So if someone doesn't mind, hopefully you can translate everything she said, because I would love to know what was being said, because it felt very personal, almost like a journal entry. You know, of course it had some singing cadence, but there were some speaking moments. It just felt very heartfelt. And the music was very atmospheric to the point where it was just a lot of drone notes. If you listen to the keyboard, they're just holding a note forever. And every now and then you'll hear like a shamisen or something. Just kind of flourish, you know, it's kind of painting it. It reminded me of the little visuals that I have seen of the game and how pleasing that was artistically. I feel like now that I've heard that first song, I feel like this whole game is this kind of just artistic thing. You know, I was going to say masterpiece, but I feel like you can only call something a masterpiece if you've already experienced it. So I'll just say thing for now. It's just art. It seems like art. Like it seems like a lot of attention went to it. And like I said, it was even like, I remember specifically it was like a big deal before it was even announced. You know, I remember people were talking about it and like, oh, that, you know, when Game Awards happen and then like social media is like, oh, that was the most interesting, or that was the most, everyone kept talking about Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm gonna assume that was the main theme, but that was gorgeous. She sang amazingly. Wow. Kind of fitting that the next song is just called Jin Sakai, who apparently is this character. There's no information on this one. Well, it says developed by Sucker Punch. By oh yeah, then it has the composers. I love how the composers are right there. I've never heard of them. Let me know if they've done anything else that I might have heard of. Man, this is impressive. But let's just get into yes, the main character theme. Jin Sakai. One of the last people left of his, what was it, village? You can feel the tension. Oh yeah, you can feel the tension. It's almost like a metal song in its ferocity, but it's like orchestral heaviness. string section, flutes. It's a whole production here. Violins. I'm guessing this is supposed to demonstrate the heroic nature of this character. It sounds almost like an antagonist theme. But I think that energy of the antagonist sounds like his passion outwardly of defending, right? If I were to guess, he's pissed. Yeah, you can feel the revenge, I guess. It's emotional as heck. Like I feel like it's just like fighting through tears, you know? Wow. Whew. Climax into the... There's like 30 seconds left and yeah. Okay. You know what? Let me hear the ending again. The climax part. And like right there, that sounds like tired, you know? Just went through this journey. Oh man, I really hope he makes it through this journey. I hope this is not end sad. Please try to not spoil stuff. I know some people will because they can't help themselves, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was already kind of interested in the just when I saw the trailer back then. I hadn't kept up with it, you know, whatever. But like I said, I've always heard it since it's been around. So that was quite the introduction to Ghost of Tsushima. The Way of the Ghost. Interesting, right? So I don't know the traditions of the samurai. If, you know, I'm just going to show my non-knowledge here. But I think samurais, from what I remember, and this could be completely off, is that they were peaceful or they did not want conflict. I believe, keyword believe, that they were more of like a guardian and like officers kind of thing. So when I saw the synopsis of like, what did it say? He must set aside the traditions that have shaped him as a warrior to forge a new path. The path of the ghost. Now that part's kind of, that's where the curiosity comes in. What does that mean? Does that mean he's gonna turn into a killing machine? Is he gonna turn people into ghosts? You know what I mean? Or just shy away from? I mean, the story sounds really interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie, because to me it sounds like, if I'm reading it correctly, which please correct me if I'm wrong. Tradition of the samurai has to go out the window because friends and family have been put in danger, or if not gone. And I'm not gonna lie, when you're put in that kind of situation, you start to question things and your motives, and you know what I mean? It's all about survival and caring about the ones you love. So I can really feel, if just based off that synopsis, you can feel the intensity of the songs regardless, even if you knew the context. And mind you, that's just a little synopsis. I don't know anything of anything. But the music is definitely hinting at this emotion. The first song was very emotional and sad, but slightly uplifting in a really dark way. And the second one had sounded like a battle theme to me. It sounded like a passionate sort of battle theme where it's like fueled by something. You know what I mean? And that's just, I can't help but feel that. This is kind of one of those things where usually if I ever look up something like a description, it'll be after I hear the song. But I was just curious, you know, it changes every now and then, and I just read it beforehand. So obviously it's going to like influence what I think for the rest of the video. But I do hear that, you know, I really do get that feeling of revenge and, you know, heroic nature. So yeah, that's really cool. Really impressive stuff. Only 2 songs. And if I had to, I don't know where that would play though, you know. I've seen what it kind of looks like. It looks like an action adventure kind of thing. You're just running around. So I'm trying to imagine where that would play. But who knows? I don't know. I think I'll leave it there. But very cool use of the traditional instruments. And I feel like this soundtrack is extremely cinematic and probably full of stuff that like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's mostly orchestral, but then there's stuff like this, the one we just heard, that might push that boundary a little bit and have a little bit more of a oomph to it, which is great. I love that whole climax of the song into a lot of mystery in the air with this game. It feels like there's something aloof. All right, that is the debut of Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if I have that many requests for Ghost of Tsushima, so I'll have to look into it, but I don't think I saw many. These might be the only ones. I'll have to double check. Anyways, thank you, Evangeline and DX Shadow. Really, really cool. That really sparked my interest like tenfold about playing this. I never even touched my PS5, so might give me a reason to. Thank you to all my patrons you see on the screen. I could not be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium later.